So you want to go into the world of working to make some of that good old moolah. Well, it doesn't come easy, but at the same time it can come easy. And here are my top 5 methods on how to make some of that money as a game developer, as a freelancer, as a indie dev. Before we get started, look at this. This is my subscribers versus my non-subscribers. Show me a bit of love if you like the content. I deeply appreciate it. And also, this list is from my personal experience. Having done this for 6 years, if I've missed anything, make sure to leave a comment down below what your best methods are of generating money so that knowledge is shared. Number 1, actual freelance jobs. This can come from websites, this can come from contracting out work, but for me personally, the 3 major ones I've acknowledged is Fiverr, Freelancer and Upwork. If I've missed any, make sure to let me know. I personally joined Fiverr and I took a shot in the dark, and you can do it too. The barrier to entry for Fiverr is it's free, which means anyone can go on there and make a gig. For me, I make game development. They take 20% of everything you earn until you're a top seller, in which they take 10%, but it does take a little bit of time to get there. The other platforms also have their ups and downs. So for instance, Upwork and Freelancer work on a bidding system. So you buy bids. I know it's not the greatest way of dealing with it. I'm not a fan of it, but you effectively pay to put yourself out there to be known. Even if you don't get the job, you still have paid Upwork money. Now, if you're anything like I am, super hard driven and working, go for Fiverr, make a gig. I started off as a teacher. I didn't even start off doing game development. It wasn't until like 4 months later when someone contacted me asking if I also do working. Take from the experiences you get from Fiverr and build a portfolio. However, I cannot express this enough. Have a portfolio of your best works before you go on Fiverr, because first impressions mean literally everything when it comes to doing freelance work for people. It is a lot harder. For instance, these are the videos that I used for my portfolio when I started on Fiverr a long time ago. Method number 2, tutorials. Tutorials are great. Now there's already a vast amount of content by YouTubers, by people on Udemy, on Skillshare, but realistically you can kind of get involved in the space just by making tutorials on subjects that you think you are proficient in. This doesn't just matter to game development, but also just matters to the whole industry. What if you get into 3D modeling, if you get into sound design, if you get into business design, how can you incorporate those into tutorials that people can digest and actually use? I personally have made a few tutorials for Udemy in the past, and I uploaded them and forgot about them years ago. They still make me pocket money every now and then. It is still quite nice to have that, and you know, if I had worked further on it, like most people should do, make continuous amounts of tutorials, then it's actually a relatively good way of making passive income. And there are more than just Udemy and Skillshare out there. There are other platforms. Method number 3, asset creation. This one doesn't particularly apply to me. I don't make assets for other people. I make games for other people. I sit more on the first one of freelancing. However, I have friends that make 3D models, audio, utility assets for people to use, and people buy them. They are typically successful. Some of the Goliaths in this space is Mesh Tint Studios and Cinti Studios. They both primarily go for 3D models and animation, and they make loads off of it. So there is a market for it. I'm not personally one of them, but if you're into that sort of thing and you have the skill set and you see a gap in the market, go for it. I think it's worth it. I don't get enough shaders on the asset store. I'm always looking for more for URP and HDRP. But method number 4. Now this one is one of my favorite ones. Teaching. There are a lot of people out there that don't know that you exist. That don't know that you are wanting to teach people how to do your particular set of skills. Perhaps you're the kind of person that loves talking. I'm one of them. But also that likes giving away the information onto somebody else so that they can actually learn from your already known experiences. I know when I started off, I would have loved to have someone teach me through the process. and teaching is one of those areas where it helps a lot of people. If you're anything like me, you'll have a primary skill set in game development, which is very broad, but you'll find that there's a lot of people around the ages of like 12 to 26 are wanting to get into game development because they see all these YouTubers doing teaching and all that kind of stuff, and they want to also be involved in the space, make their dream games and everything. For reference, my very first client was a 65-year-old man from Taiwan who owned a children's game development company, and he just wanted to learn Unity, not so that he can make games, but so he understood how his company works. Everyone's a bit different. Final method, number 5, is creating your own game. I know, right? Revolutionary. Except it's not. I find that with lots of people that I talk to, lots of people who have made games in their own time and spare time, don't publish them anywhere for cash. At the end of the day, you want to make something that grants you the ability to make more games and more games and more games. Well, releasing onto Steam, releasing onto itch.io, or if you're, for instance, more of a mobile developer, you can go for Google Play or the iOS store. Itch.io and Steam are relatively similar, except itch.io is free to put a game on there and they take a very small cut. Steam takes about 33% of everything that you earn, I believe, haven't checked recently. Whereas for mobile, once again, it's free to put on Android, but it costs a setup cost for iOS, and they also take a cut of everything. Now the markets are massively different, and this is a topic for another video, but to put it simply, Steam releases hundreds of games a day. Your game will need to be very lucky and need to be in like the top 6 to 7% of luck in order to make any kind of actual revenue. And for Android and iOS, everyone has a mobile. Everyone is looking for something else to play. However, they come with the problem that for mobile, it's a lot harder to develop for. There's a lot more restrictions to handle. But given the current projection of the industry for mobile is definitely like a high earner if you can make something which just engages people to get involved with your community, with the game you're making. But I wouldn't really recommend hyper casual. That's a whole nother ball game. And just a little bonus one, 5.5. If you're making a game, try Kickstarter. Now I don't mean a rubbish Kickstarter, I mean like a properly fleshed out, you know, what is your unique selling point, a proper engaging video showing gameplay and everything that makes up your game, and what kind of perks will your game have. Why should somebody invest in your game? What do they get for being certain levels? What happens when you reach certain thresholds? All these different things can make an enticing Kickstarter page. Once again, another video, but it is a way to generate revenue for your game, for you as a person making a game. And that's my top 5. Obviously, these are subjective. These are things that, you know, I'm familiar with. There might be a whole plethora of things that I'm not familiar with, but realistically, there's still things that you can do to generate income and revenue. If any of this was useful, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, all that juicy goodness. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.